Nothing comes easy. Nothing comes easy. And anything that you see happening good, anything that you see excelling, any businesses that you see is doing very well, anyone that is excelling in the academic, any church that you see is doing very well in terms of the growth spiritually and even numerically, and even in other things, anything that you see, there is a lot of sacrifice that is made. There is a lot of sacrifice. There's sacrifice to for them to be able to achieve whatever they have achieved. You've got to sacrifice. You've got to put in a lot of work. It's not easy. They normally say easy come, easy go. And so if you talk to all these successful people that we know of, name of any person who is successful, sit down with them and talk to them and ask them, kindly share with me your untold story. Kindly share with me your journey to where you are. And I can tell you they made great and great sacrifices. They could spend hours and hours trying to perfect whatever they do. They spend hours and hours, to perfect what they do. And I was reading somewhere about Usain Bolt, who is one of the fastest 100-meter great marathon 100-meter, who has really had a great career during his time. He actually I saw a quote somewhere saying that it took him, I think, 2 to 3 years for him to practice on how to run for 9 seconds. And so it takes time. And I want to encourage you and challenge you, and I'm challenging myself. Just sit down with these people that are doing quite well and talk to them. You realize that they put in a lot of work to it. It is not easy. They have got to sacrifice. And when I talk about sacrifice, it's basically putting all in it. If you want to remain in shape, you've got to sacrifice. And I know, I think there's always that temptation. And I don't know whether it's only me. Sometimes when you say, I want to begin eating balanced meal, I want to avoid those food that are not good, those food that are really not beneficial to my body. And that is the time now you realize when you hit the gym, that is the time now you find you're getting those nice invitations and there are these meals that are really not so good to your health. It's a challenge. But for you to be able to overcome that, you've got to sacrifice and say, I can see they have a lot of sugars there. They have all these meals, but I choose to eat balanced diet because it is good for your body. It is actually good for your body. I know sometimes some of the foods that we eat, they are so much appealing to the eyes. They are very sweet in our mouth, but not beneficial to our bodies. And that is one of the keys. So you've got to sacrifice. If you want to grow spiritually, if you want your relationship with Jesus to be close, you've got to sacrifice. You've got to be disciplined in reading his word. You've got to be disciplined in praying. And it is not easy. It's not easy just taking time to have a conversation with God, listen to God, read the word and think over it and all that. You've got to sacrifice. Just name it. If it's a business, there are business people that have had, they've got to wake up at 3 a.m. They're already out preparing, and by 4 they have stepped out. And they work very hard. They work very hard. Definitely not just working hard, but working very hard, but very smart. They sacrifice a lot. And so the message that I'm having for us today is for you to be able to get the success that you really want to get, for you to be able to advance, for you to be able to make that progress. I want to challenge you. Be ready to sacrifice your time. Be ready to sacrifice your sleep. Be ready to sacrifice, just name it, whatever it is. And with the time, you'll be able to achieve it. With the time, you'll be able to achieve it. I want you to check one of my videos that I did that I said, work in silence. You've got to work in silence. I'm trying to, sometimes you've got to work in silence, silent like that. And people will be able to see that later. So you've got to make Put work in it, put sacrifice in it, and you'll see some good progress. Are you a student? I mean, you've got to study, work hard, continue pursuing, get a degree, get a master's, get a PhD, a doctorate, all those levels, and you'll see yourself succeeding and making some good progress. So everything is about making sacrifice. Even for Jesus to save us, for God to reconcile us with himself, a sacrifice had to be made. Jesus had to come and die for our sins. And now we are able to go to God directly through Jesus Christ. And so that sacrifice had to be there. Are you sacrificing enough? Are you giving it all? You should. Is it going to be easy? No. It's not going to be easy. Is it going to be comfortable? No. But because you have purposed to do it, because you're saying, I've got to do it no matter what, I'm telling you, you'll be able to achieve it. Yes, you'll have to achieve it because you're really saying, I'm putting all my being in it. I'm sacrificing, and definitely you're going to get it. That is my encouragement to you. Go an extra mile. Go an extra mile. Will it happen within a week? No. Within a day? No. It may take time. To some people, it can take 2 months. To others, 6 months. To others, 2 years. But don't give up. Don't give up. Keep on showing up. Keep on showing up. Your day will come. It will come. When will it come? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But put it all. Sacrifice.